Welcome back to Up the Villa podcast and welcome to Transfer Hub, your home of Aston Villa's latest news, rumours, links. You'll find it here over the course of the summer. Aston Villa are linked with a move for Conor Gallagher, who looks surplus to requirements at Chelsea. And just bring me that blonde-haired prince down to Villa Park. You guys know that I love any player that dons the headband. We go back to my favourite ever player, Juan Pablo Angel, and Conor Gallagher is like no other wearing that headband. Absolutely love it. So I'm all over this one, Villa fans. I think it would be a wonderful addition to our midfield. I think he's a really talented player. He's a pressing machine, and I think there's some key attributes that Unai Emery would be able to unlock and bring out some areas of his game, and I think he'd be able to flourish in other areas. I think going forward, I think there's more capabilities of him in an attacking area. So those are a couple of the characteristics that I think would be fantastic for Conor Gallagher at Aston Villa. So the link is coming from Miguel Delaney of The Independent. Aston Villa look to take advantage of Chelsea's PSR concerns for the first major summer transfer. Aston Villa are looking at Conor Gallagher as they attempt to boost their squad ahead of next season's Champions League campaign, with Chelsea open to doing business due to profit and sustainability rules. The Birmingham club are under their own pressures due to running close to the limits, which greatly complicates any potential deals. There is nevertheless hope a deal can be done once the market starts moving. A flurry of deals are expected from the Saudi Pro League and potentially Bayern Munich, who have money to spend. Chelsea need to make major sales before June 30th. However, in order to meet their requirements, Villa have strong interest in Gallagher, who manager Unai Emery believes can suit their new approach. Tottenham are still looking at the 24-year-old, but that is not seen as easy to do as it would have been a year ago. Gallagher is understood to have been one of the reasons Pochettino's departure from Chelsea manager, as he did not want to sell the midfielder. So that is where this rumour is coming from. Miguel Delaney, I'm all over it. I think he would be absolutely fantastic at Villa. We know that there's Ross Barkley on the horizon as well. So it looks like Unai Emery is really looking at Aston Villa's midfield as an area of which he really wants to strengthen. And I think Gallagher would be unbelievable. Long-standing Up the Villa podcast viewers will know that each transfer window, there's a player that I want. And we will go back a couple of seasons, and Gallagher was that player a couple of seasons ago that I really wanted at Aston Villa. In other windows, we've had Goncalves, we've had Nico Williams, we've had, I'm not really sure who some of the others have been, but Gallagher was the one that I wanted. I think it was when when the World Cup was on? I think it might have been in and around there, or the window just before the season of the World Cup. And I'm a long-standing admirer of Gallagher. Now, he's tread water in the Midlands before, but he's yet to come to a big one, isn't it? He's yet to come to a big Midlands club. So I think he'd suit. I think the pressing nature, I think he's never really below a 7 out of 10, which I think is absolutely huge. And I think that's a compliment to his game as well. He presses well, his energy, he's tenacious. Whenever you watch a Conor Gallagher performance, you never think, oh, he's quite crappy. You always think, do you know what? He gives everything. And I think those types of players are few and far between. Captain material, captain in Chelsea. And I think he really took on that mantle last season, and he did really, really well. So we're sponsored by SofaScore. So make sure you click in the link in the description to download it for free. Scan the QR code that's on the screen as well. And then what I'm about to show you is coming from SofaScore, so you'll be able to have this at your fingertips as well. So let's go to SofaScore. Conor Gallagher, this season, what we're saying. Right, where's the heat map gone? Heat map's not shown. Right, there we go. Conor Gallagher, 24 years of age. Prime is yet to come. Market value, 47 million. I imagine you could get Conor Gallagher in this window for anything between 30 to 35 with them having to sell. So I think we could get him for potentially less than what his value is. Obviously, we have got Champions League football that we could offer him as well, whereas a team like Spurs can't offer that. So plus points to Aston Villa. So for score rating, 7.31, which is absolutely massive. That is a huge rating. And as you can see, very rarely below a 7 out of 10. 7.4, 7.5, 6.8, 7.1, 7.7. Something else interesting to note as a comparison, Aston Villa's highest rated player last season on SofaScore was Ollie Watkins with a 7.32. Douglas Luiz was a 7.27. Bailey was a 7.13. So considering Chelsea were all over the place for large parts of last season, Gallagher was the shining light with a 7.31. He played 37 games, started 37, averaged 85 minutes per game, team of the week once, 5 goals, which is an area that I think he can improve on. I think there's more to Gallagher's game than the pressing, the high energy. And we saw that against against us at Villa Park with that absolute screamer that he scored against us. He's got 7 assists, which is really high. And if you look at that heat map, and I think where could he fit into Aston Villa? I don't want him in a 6. I don't think he's defensively needed to be in a 6. But in the Dougie Luiz position, but you could also put him on that left-hand side. You could put him on that right-hand side. There's versatility for Conor Gallagher to play across a whole midfield for Aston Villa in an attacking area. And the heat map just summarises Conor Gallagher's game. We have a look at the defending side of things, which I imagine is going to be really, really high. Interceptions per game, 1.2. Tackles per game, 2.3. Possession 1.1. Ball recoveries, 6 ball recoveries per game, which is insane. Dribbled pass, 1.2. Clearances, 0.8. Successful dribbles, 68%. Total duels, 150%. Ground duels, 51. Aerials, 47. You've got 7 yellow cards, 1 red card, and 1 yellow to a red card. So the numbers are great. He's had a lot of loan spells, which we'll probably be able to see a little bit better on the transfer market. So transfer market valuing him at a £50 million player. Like I say, I think you can get him for less than that. He's played 12 times for England as well. So let's just try and see if we can get full stats of Premier League era then. What is this doing here? Right, here we go. Try and get full stats then. So we've got 95 appearances in the Premier League, 10 assists, 10 goals. He'd got 2 goals and 2 assists for West Brom, 8 goals and 5 assists for Crystal Palace. Swansea, he's got 7 assists. So that is an area I think he can improve on. I think I could see Gallagher scoring more goals than what he's done so far in his career. If we have a look at his stats per 90 as well, you can see it's just green galore. Progressive passes received, 3.80 per 90. Interceptions, 1.30. Blocks, 1.44. We can see progressive carries, 1.86. Progressive passes, 4.93. Really top player, I think, Villa fans. And I've got to say, I'm all over this deal. I am absolutely all over it. If it can be done from a Villa point of view, then he would be a fantastic player in our midfield. I think he'd offer so much. I think he'd offer something different as well. And, you know, you see a lot of sometimes, well, who's he replacing? He's not replacing anybody. We are building a squad at Villa, and we need to build a squad that can compete in the Champions League, Premier League, and he's captain material. And I think that's something that we need as well. We need captains all over the pitch. We saw that Leon Bailey's up to his captaincy game. You know, he's become a leader. And I just think Conor Gallagher would just do it. And Get any player down the Villa in a headband, and I'm pretty much sold already. So, Villa fans, let me know your thoughts on this one. But Conor Gallagher, I imagine it's one that might not happen straight away when the window opens on June 14th. Might take a bit of time. But in that 2-week period, I imagine there might be more rumours to Aston Villa. And because they've got to sell, I think we should be all over it. So, Villa fans, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you are subscribing. Like this video. Let's have a like target of 700. Comment your thoughts, subscribe, and make sure SofaScore, if you've not already, download SofaScore for free. It helps the channel out. Links in the description, or you can scan the code that I'll just quickly put on the screen now. Scan that code, and you'll download it straight to your phone. You can have all these stats, so when these rumours drop, you can have a look for yourself as well. So cheers, everyone. Up the Villa.